Hey everyone, this is Deanna Cantola, Norwex Independent Sales Consultant. Thank you for joining us, and I'm going to give you a quick video on Norwex in a nutshell. So maybe you're new to Norwex or maybe you've been with us a while, but we're just going to give you some of the basics here, okay? So the first cloth we're going to talk about is the Enviro cloth. So the Enviro cloth is a microfiber cloth, but usually people want to know, well, what makes it different than what you can buy in the store, which is a great question. So you can buy microfiber virtually anywhere. There are a couple of differences. It's kind of like the thread count in sheets. The higher the thread count, the better the sheet. It's the same thing with microfiber, only it's not labeled. Our microfiber is so dense that we can make the claim that we can remove 99% of the bacteria from a surface with just water with proper use and care. So our goal here is to help you feel confident that you don't have to use things like this in your home. So maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but let's just do a quick demo here. This is raw chicken. Remember I talked about the chicken demo? Ew. Well, this is it. We're gonna take this raw chicken and we're gonna just rub it on this plate. Okay, we're gonna get it good and wet. And then I'm going to take these protein test swabs. Now these are very much like a health inspector is going to use in a restaurant, a school cafeteria. I've been told they come in, they swab the surfaces. They're looking for traces of protein because where protein is, bacteria can grow, reproduce, and cause problems. So these are color coded, and purple means protein. So you'll be able to see that this is going to quickly turn purple because there's protein on that plate. So can you see that? Okay, now let's take an Enviro cloth with just water and we're going to wipe this plate. All right, and that was water right out of my tap. Then we're going to take a second protein strip and test it to see if we actually did pick up and remove all of the bacteria. We'll give it a good swab again, just like that. So purple means protein and green means clean. Can you see that? So you can see that we picked up and removed everything that was on that plate. So usually the next question people ask me, well, what about the raw chicken in this cloth? As you can see, I'm freely touching it and I don't have any problems. A couple things about that. First of all, our cloths hold up to 7 times their weight in water and matter, so I'm not concerned about touching it. But the big thing is that our microfiber has a microsilver in it. So you can always go back to the tag to see what cloth you're using and to see if it has microsilver in it. If it has microsilver in it, it will say backlock. What that means is there's microsilver in this cloth, and immediately the microsilver goes to work against mold, mildew, fungus, bacterial odors, anything that's in this cloth. Microsilver is used widely in hospitals, like in burn units and bandages. What happens is where microsilver is, bacteria can't grow or reproduce. As a consumer, what you'll notice is that your cloths don't get stinky. So if you've ever gone to your kitchen sink and you pick up your kitchen cloth and it stinks, that's bacteria. It's just a warm, moist environment where bacteria grows and thrives. What happens with your Norwex is you'll notice that it doesn't get stinky, at least not as quickly. So you can use it all week long. So what can you use this cloth on? You can use it on every surface in your home. You can use it on all your kitchen surfaces, your bathroom surfaces, your floors, your walls, your windows, stains in your carpet, a greasy stove. You can use this cloth on virtually everything. Always make this your go-to. The second cloth we're going to talk about is our window cloth. Now our window cloth is probably our most popular cloth. It kind of draws people into Norwex. So think of this as your workhorse and this is your polishing cloth. Wet, dry. So now I'm going to take some butter and we're going to smear it on this window. That's a lot of butter, right? So we use butter because it's like grease, and I really do want this to be your go-to cloth to use on everything that you come in contact with in your home. So I'm going to use this Enviro cloth wet to remove all the butter, and then I'm going to use the window cloth dry, and this is our polishing cloth. And you'll see that we have a streak-free surface. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so then people usually ask, well, what about all the butter in this cloth? And that's a great question. I used to clean homes And this is my kit that I would use. And I always carried 2 cloths. I always did one for everything, and then I always did blue bathrooms, not because blue is special, but because I could remember that. So what I would do is I would just rinse out this cloth and keep right on going. Again, remember, I could use one for everything. Now when I went into the bathrooms, I did do the entire bathroom. I would wipe down the toilet seat, but then I would always put it in a bag and bring it home and wash it, which is usually the third question. How do you take care of them? Well, these cloths are meant to be used over and over and over again. They're completely washable and dryable. It's very easy. Wash, dry, no bleach, no fabric softener. And you probably don't want to dry them with linty items just because they'll pick up the lint. You can't ruin them though. They're guaranteed for 2 years, but they last much, much longer. The third element to that package is our dusting mitt. Now our dusting mitt is meant to be used dry. It's kind of like a dust magnet. So you can go around and use this on all the surfaces in your home, doing all of your dusting. It's going to pick up and hold on to dog hair, cat hair. Again, no furniture polish. When you aren't using a residue, things stay cleaner longer, even your surfaces where you would be dusting. So you can use this, do it on a ceiling fan above your head, nothing falls down on you. It's fantastic for blinds. It's also great when used wet on your window screens. So that is like a spring cleaning hack. It saves so much time. The other thing that you can use it for, in the summertime especially, is sandy feet and sandy kids. It's great for removing the sand when you leave the beach. Now this will get coated with dust, and I generally just take this out and bang it on my deck rail, but this too is washable and dryable. So these first 3 products that we talked about, the window cloth, enviro cloth, and dust mitt, this is our household package. I believe you can do 90% of your general household cleaning, get rid of 90% of the chemicals that you might be using right now, and cut your cleaning time in half. In fact, that's what drew me into Norwex, was the fact that it was so fast. The chemical, actually, that part of it came to me later. I've gotten very passionate about that. So I'm going to talk about just a couple more products. One of them is our cleaning paste. So to start, I'm just going to put this permanent marker on this ceramic tile. We're going to let that sit for a minute and come back to it, okay? That is a Sharpie on a ceramic tile, okay? But let's talk about our dryer balls, because I think this is so important for you to know. Dryer sheets, fabric softener sheets, are one of the most toxic things in your home. In fact, they're just laden with animal fat and chemicals. They're also the #1 cause of dryer fires. One of the things you want to remember if you have been using them is you want to pull out your screen and take the lint off, but wash it with soap and water, or if you have an enviro cloth, use that and clean out that screen. What happens is that animal fat can harden on there, and that can cause a dryer fire. With our dryer balls, you can just throw these in the dryer and leave them in there all the time. They lift and separate your laundry, reducing static and reducing your drying time. Now, if you like the smell, you can put a couple drops of essential oils on each one, which will help you get a smell, okay? Those are one of my favorites. Now let's get back to the cleaning paste. The last product we're going to talk about in this video, and then I'm going to show you our mop. So with the cleaning paste, this is going to be for that 10% that your cloths aren't going to get, like a rust ring around your drain. I loved it for tubs and showers when I cleaned houses. I love it for my stainless steel sink. I love it for the gas burners around my stove. It's just going to get, like I said, that 10% that your cloths aren't going to get. Has 3 ingredients: marble flour, coconut oil, natural soap. This is going to eliminate your need for scrumming, bubbles, some of those other products. I used to go into bathrooms like this and clean, and you don't have to do that anymore. You can just use the cleaning paste. So what you do is you take a wet cloth, maybe your enviro cloth or a spirit sponge, you just wipe it on here, okay? And then you just take it and you give it a good scrub. And again, this is that Sharpie on a ceramic tile, and you're left with a clean, shiny surface, okay? Thank you, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comments.